Cool. Well, welcome everybody. It's a small group right now, but I think we're going to have some more folks joining. This is our first hybrid Green Schools event, so we are really excited. You are the inaugural attendees of the hybrid event, and we have 18 folks registered. So with me and Christine, it will be 20 of us, which I think is a pretty good showing for year number one, especially since I learned that we planned this on a Wednesday night, which is not a great night in rural Missouri. So our rural schools are not probably going to be able to attend this year. They're not. So hopefully next year we'll be able to accommodate that new bit of knowledge. But anyway, to get started, I want to just thank you all so much for coming. My name is Leslie Moylan. I'm the co-director of the Missouri Environmental Education Association, and we work with the Missouri Gateway Green Building Council to manage this giant suite of Green Schools programs called Show Me Green Schools. And we are just delighted to be here with you all tonight. Christine, would you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we will pass the baton. And
Yeah.
in the
Hi.
chat, the info that we're asking from you all is in the chat. So
Right. So some of you heard that I'm the director of gifted education at the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. And let's see, I got involved with this. Really, one reason is because I thought that the whole, like the quest and the green schools would be something that gifted educators would be interested in. And it was a way to connect gifted educators to basically a free resource. So that's why I'm here.
nice. Thank you. And for the rest of you, if you'd like to introduce yourself and let us know kind of where you're from, what's your affiliation, if you were in the Green Schools Quest this year or not. And why don't we start with Jasmine?
Hi, everybody. It's Jasmine with Seed Your Future. We're a national nonprofit that promotes horticulture as a career path to middle school, high school, and college students. We have tons of free resources available for anyone to use on our website, or you can sign up to get reminders and learn about the things that we do. We support it by getting out the information to the schools that we have partners within the state.
Great. Thanks so much, Jasmine. It's a great resource. And Misty, welcome.
Yeah, my name is Misty Ayers. I am a newly inducted volunteer on the Green School Committee. I am a teacher at Harrisburg High School, but I do a lot of other things on the side. I adjunct for several community colleges and teach a lot of science classes. So I am excited to get more involved with the Green Schools, and I will be doing a Green School Quest next year with my students.
So excited about that. Thanks so much. And Dana, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Dana Short. My daughter is a sixth grade student at Truman Middle School, so she was entered into this by her teacher. So I'm just here watching. This is exciting to see everything that y'all do, and I'm excited.
Cool. Well, I wanted to pose a question to the group. We have about 10 minutes before we're going to bring the History Museum to you. Since you couldn't be there in person, we definitely wanted to have something special for our guests this year. So we're going to be taking a video tour of the Mighty Mississippi Gallery, and we'll do that around 6:45 or 5:45. But in the meantime, we have some time to talk, and it'll be just great to hear from you. Sounds like my first question is a moot point, since we don't have Quest participants on screen just yet, but maybe they'll float in. But I'm curious, from your perspectives, I would love to hear, what do you find most inspiring about the idea of green schools, or what you've seen in terms of green schools? And anybody can go first.
I can go. I love the idea of students being inspired, right? And taking that action now, because these are going to be our future politicians, our future doctors. And the more that they know that they can heal and do so much through nature and waste management, right? Everything that has to do with the green and sustainability, the more that they hear it over and over again, the younger, the better, I think, for us and for the planet. So I love what you guys are doing. That's why I'm supporting it.
Thank you. Who wants to go next? And welcome, Michaela.
Hi, what are we going next? What are we saying?
Oh, yeah. So actually, maybe we can pause and I'll actually have you introduce yourself and let us know what organization you're with and if you have a connection to the quest, which I have a little idea that you do. So
Who's talking right now? Is that you? Is that you? Deborah?
no, I'm sorry. I'm Leslie Moylan. Can you see me?
Sorry. Spotty college Wi-Fi. Sorry, let me turn my camera on for you guys. Hi, I will introduce myself and unconnect my head.
Perfect.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. My name's Michaela. I was a judge this year for the Green Schools Quest Awards for all of the elementary schoolers and the younger age groups. I go to SEMO, Southeast University. I'm a freshman here. I study wildlife conservation biology with a minor in soils. I got the opportunity to do this through Deborah Rogers. She reached out to me because last year, I don't know if any of you guys watched it last year, but like the high school part, I'm from Padville High School. I was there and I spoke and did it. We got first place. So she was like, hey, you know the whole process, come help out. And I was like, of course. So yeah, it was a really good experience. So I don't know if any of you know Maggie McCoy. She's actually my cousin. So I got to see her helping people a lot. And I saw her daughter in one too. Her daughter, so that was really, really nice to kind of see them and like see the family in it and kind of, you know, just be a part of it because Maggie actually is the one who helped me with my school one. So
That's so cool.
yeah.
Oh, thank you so
Which
much.
was a surprise to me. She just showed up one day. I went, oh my
Oh,
goodness.
hey guys.
Yay. So yeah, that's who I am. Nice to see all you lovely people. And I'm excited for this year.
Nice to
This year's
meet you.
Quest Awards.
Yeah. Well, I will just do a
I think
quick
my
recap
phone's
of
being
folks.
very glitchy right now.
Oh,
So
sorry.
I'm gonna mute.
Actually, I'm going to ask participants if you can just put your information in the chat so Michaela can kind of see the breadth of people we have, which is kind of awesome given our small numbers at this moment. But Michaela, the question we were asking, and I'm going to pass it to Misty next, but I'm just curious what people find the most inspiring about green schools and what they can accomplish. Misty, can I pass it to you?
Yeah, I was in the process of unmuting and videoing everything. So I find most inspiring is just getting the students excited about it. A lot of students don't know what's going on. Like, so I was just talking to Leslie. I saw her 2 days ago when she came to speak at my school, and we were talking about an issue that's arisen at my school, that there's actually a sewage leak and it's leaking into one of the ponds near my school, and that's going to be my focus for our Green Quest next year. And when I was explaining it to my students, because our topic in ecology was actually eutrophication, and just seeing that, oh my goodness, this is actually happening and this is something that's actually impacting us. So I think just the home connection and seeing them get inspired and seeing them realize that this is something that's actually happening in our own backyard, pretty much. That's what interests me about green schools, is that the awe-inspiring and that they can make an impact here. And this is something that's going on within our own community. So.
Great. Thank you so much. That was great. Dana, how about you as a parent? What inspires you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great to see my daughter just excited about it. You know, her mom's really big into my mom is getting her her master's certification for like landscape and stuff. So I don't know. So it's really cool to see her have kind of her own piece of the pie that she's proud of, and you know, getting to do it with her friends and just showing her that she can make an impact at her school. So I think that's really, really cool. It's a great project.
I can't wait to hear about all the projects tonight. We get to see that part. Cool. Thank you. And Michaela, how about you?
I'm the most excited, like everyone else has been saying, to kind of see them like get to explore this and get to explore conservation and learn it from a young age, because that's how I ended up in the major I'm in. My grandparents exposed me, and I'm so grateful for that. So I love that schools are doing this with their students, especially at a young age. I think it's a great way to get people interested.
Yeah, and I think it's
And
funny.
it's really inspiring
It is. It is because the
to
amount
see
of
these like young
impact.
people do this. Like they motivate me to do even better, you know, like so one day I can help like my future kid or like my cousins kind of do this. Like they inspire me to kind of do even more than I do now.
Yeah, yeah, it's energizing. I think this event especially is energizing. So, yeah, for sure. Well, I'm curious if you could wave a magic wand and change. Well, actually, first, Chris, I didn't ask
Yeah,
you.
I was gonna say that one of the things that in working with gifted kids all my life, that sometimes they can be little worry warts. You know, they see things that are happening in the world, they worry about it. And a project like the Green Schools Quest or the Green Schools program where they're working to make their school greener and greener is something that they can do, and they can act on it. It's action, so they don't have to be worried. They can just do something. You
That's
know,
huge.
well, they say worrying is like a rocking chair, a lot of action, but you don't go anywhere. So, you know,
Yeah. No, that's
so
so true. That's so true.
yeah.
I was talking with a friend of mine today about that, actually, just the health, the mental health benefits of this work, not just getting outdoors and the stuff that we're learning about the the mental health boost from being out in nature, and you couple that with giving kids actual agency to make a difference. That's to me too, that's what it really inspires me is helping. I I was a warrior type student, and I seem to have offspring that are similar. So yeah. Um, so I guess so what do you see as the big, I guess we've kind of touched on this a little bit, like the kind of the return on investment for schools. Do you have anything you'd like to add about that as well, everyone? And we can just go popcorn style.
Well, there's a lot of ways to save money on electricity, water, trash pickup by being green. So there's a lot of return on investment, I think.
I agree.
I agree for sure. Throughout all the levels of education, I think it's really good to start at that young age, work into high school, middle school, and even college. I think it's a really great way to start them off. And I think it's investment for not only in the schools but also for them as people growing up. You know, they'll learn how to compost, they will learn how to recycle, they'll learn how to reuse, and I think that's really important for young people to learn, especially in this day and age where fast fashion and things like that are just so popular. I think it's a really good way to kind of start them off right into adulthood and into like teenage years where shopping's a big deal. I think it's really inspiring to know that this next generation, with the help of us and just their own creative minds, that they can do that. And I think investing in them and investing in their creativity is just it's the most important thing of all, in my opinion.
I love that. I love that. Well, we have about 1 minute before we're going to start this video tour. Um, does anybody want to weigh in on if you could wave a magic wand and change one thing across the state with our schools? Is there anything that you would be like, every school should do this one thing? I think just having an outdoor space that has shade and seating in every school would be a game changer.
I
I would
completely
absolutely
agree,
agree. Yeah.
especially if we can get funding for schools that don't have as much resources. I think that'd be really great. I think even if they can't have an outdoor space, I think every school should have some kind of field trip where they get out in the community where there is green space if they can't afford to have it at their own school. I think that'd be like a good alternative as well.
Yeah. Misty, you were going to say something?
Well, I was, but then my dog started barking. So now, now you can hear a dog in the background. But I was going to agree because Leslie and I were just talking about this last Monday when she was here that we have an amazing like outdoor classroom at our school, but it's further down the street where the high schoolers where I work can't access it. So just having a nice outdoor space for the students to go outside and work would be really advantageous to them.
Yeah, yeah. Great. Well, I want to, we are going to transition here in just a minute, but I wanted to welcome Carly and make sure you get the flow of the night. So welcome, Carly. It's
Thank
great to have a
you.
preschool representative here.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I was a little late getting to you.
No worries. But as I told everybody else, we didn't have any schools that signed up to present tonight on screen. I think maybe they were a little shy or a little bit overwhelmed because it's April. But so since you all couldn't make it to the History Museum, we're going to bring the History Museum to you, and we're going to start a video here in just a second. That's a gallery tour of the Mighty Mississippi Gallery in the Missouri History Museum here in St. Louis. So we can continue tonight. Also, we can talk in the chat throughout this whole event. If you need to leave for any reason, if you're traveling and you want to come back on, I will let you back in. So make yourself comfortable. We'll all be We'll come back after this 20-minute video just for a couple of minutes to take a screenshot of our first group that's attending so we can track how we grow over the years. But just please feel proud for being here at this first hybrid one. It's really exciting that after 18 years, we are together throughout the state and even beyond, because Jasmine is not in Missouri. So this is cool. But yeah, Josh, do you want to go ahead and get the video started?
Welcome to the Missouri History Museum. My name is David Lobig, Curator of Environmental Life and author of Mighty Mississippi, the 6,000 square foot exhibit open from November 23, 2019 through June 6, 2021. Mighty Mississippi reconnects us all to the most important river in North America, a river that has made and remade this region time and time again, from its Ice Age origins to today. Drawing primarily from the impressive collections of the Missouri Historical Society, Mighty Mississippi uses more than 200 artifacts, many of which are at least 1,000 years old, to explore how one of the Earth's greatest watersheds has nourished the rise and fall of cultures. Flourishing commerce, tremendous biodiversity, ancient Native American traditions, and abundant fresh water make the Mississippi the most important river in North America. Here at its center, great rivers like the Missouri, Illinois, and Ohio converge, building a vast system on which Native American Mississippian culture, colonial fur trade, and the industrial age each took their turn at causing dramatic change. Mighty Mississippi examines this heritage, providing perspective on our present and future challenges of flooding, pollution, habitat loss, and climate crisis. Sustaining our success depends on the lifeblood of the heartland, the mighty Mississippi River. So join me, please, for closer examination of what is at the core of our community and what makes the heartland of this nation thrive and sustains our lives. There's nothing so striking about the river as its sheer size, the volume of water moving by, especially in flood. The upper Mississippi drains approximately 189,000 square miles at the Missouri-Mississippi confluence. It typically flows at about 195,600 cubic feet per second. Whether it's sitting on its banks or in its stream, the river changes moods and its enormous power are striking. And the water never dries up. There are times when there's too much water for our towns and cities, but this is the very stream that delivers water for drinking right to our treatment plants, which takes away our treated sewage, which furnishes industry with an essential ingredient to many processes, which is the transportation network for about $164 billion in agricultural products each year. In fact, it is because the Mississippi is a network of streams, not merely a line on the map, that makes it so superlative and diverse. It is the diversity of life supported by the river, its path through the land and its floodplains, that makes our lives possible here. There are so many stories about the river, tall but perhaps the most truthful tales penned by Mark Twain, of course, those of explorers like Père Jacques Marquette and Louis Joliet, the river knowledge and ingenuity of James B. Eads and his bridge, and a multitude of others. But none are more interesting to me than those of people who study, care for, and work on the river today. Many voices, over 60 recordings from interviews, are to be heard here. Some, like James Gardner or Terry Beckett, tell of how much pleasure they have in setting channel buoys for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers so that this working river is safe for barges and boats. Others, like the late Missouri Congressman Wayne Good and environmentalist Maisa Khan, tell of how important it is and how we can each take care of the river's health and natural biodiversity and keep its waters unpolluted. Stories are to be read in artifacts too, like the gleaming brass microscope of the first St. Louis chemist used to examine contamination and cleanliness of the river's drinking water supply. Or a taxidermy model of a mallard duck, an ID band put on its foot by the second Joseph Pulitzer in 1919 and shot at the river a few years later. With its head slightly cocked, it peers at us from the earliest days of wildlife protection, when it became clear that if we didn't do something quickly, we would lose these water birds and probably all others. In 1918, the Migratory Bird Treaty had been enacted, protecting millions of birds, which used the Mississippi River Flyway each year to move up and down North America to breed and thrive. Or a sonar unit that was of the very first used for civilian purposes after World War II to locate the riverbed so as to lay electrical supply cables from the generating station on the opposite bank. These are just a few reminders of how the mighty Mississippi is the lifeblood of the heartland. In 1852, river engineer Charles Ellet Jr. reported that confining the Mississippi to a narrow channel caused the water to rise higher and flow faster. Since then, excessive illegal levee construction has turned the upper Mississippi into one of the most endangered rivers in the country. Since 1837, Congress has authorized and funded the Army Corps of Engineers to make harbor and navigation improvements on the Mississippi River. The 1,500 square mile American Bottom floodplain opposite St. Louis was levied from the river's access in the 19th and 20th centuries. As river cities have grown, private and government levees have been built to dry out areas for development. When one area is levied higher or longer, another area can be jeopardized by rising waters. In 2017, almost half of the levees along the 205 miles from central Iowa to St. Louis were above their authorized heights, threatening towns like Hannibal, Louisiana, and LaGrange. Instead of setting levees far enough away from its channel that the river can make use of its floodplain, the river is more often confined, restricted, and so it becomes more unpredictable, sometimes violent. Protecting and restoring the natural river safeguards against future floods and redirects excess water back into the ecosystem, into trees and other plants, and into the soil. Endangered fish, plants, and birds need these intermittently flooded lands to survive. Flooding is also strongly affected by the weather, not just local weather, but also what's happening upstream. The 2018 National Climate Assessment projects that both flooding and droughts will be more severe, more frequent, and more devastating as the atmosphere warms. Nearly all of the floods since 1993's record-breaking flood have been off the charts. Based on a gauge from the St. Louis Harbor Master's Office, this graphic shows that the majority of St. Louis's most severe floods have been recent ones. The 1993 flood would be 4 feet higher than the June 2019 flood recorded at the top. But stated simply, put anything in a river's floodplain and water is bound to run over it sooner or later. Millions of pounds of industrial waste sit quietly in confluence area floodplains, some of it disturbingly hazardous. Beginning in 1943, regional companies took on major roles in nuclear weapons development. Radioactive waste was left near the Mississippi and Missouri rivers upstream from municipal water intakes, and some of it was flushed into tributaries and groundwater as early as the 1960s. If climate model predictions prove accurate, the river could reclaim those floodplains in 50 to 100 years. More frequent flooding and extreme weather events will likely risk waste exposure for the area's 2.85 million people. Here we are in the First Peoples world. Although no one knows what they called themselves, we now call them the Mississippians. They were members of a vast Native American culture that extended from the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico, from Oklahoma to today's southeastern states. Of all the First Peoples in North America, the people who would develop the Mississippian way of life made particularly good use of the river's rich, fertile soils for plant cultivation, about 1,200 years ago. This enabled them to dramatically increase their population, build large towns, and expand and attract others to their culture for over thousands of miles along North America's river system. These were the mound builders, so called because their settlements typically featured a variety of earthen mounds. Their cultural center was a complex of communities and sites located at present-day Cahokia Mountain State Park, St. Louis, and East St. Louis. People of the Mississippian period knew their water world very well. The wetlands and tributaries of the Mississippi River provided some of the greatest diversity of plants and animals in the world, a bounty for food, clothing, shelter, and tools. Utilitarian and decorative objects were crafted to represent animal life of this river world. Pottery, bottles, bowls, and jars often took the form of specific fish, birds, and mammals. There's a lot we don't know about many of these objects, but looking at the context in which they were found and comparing to those used by more recent Native Americans, ceremony was surely central. Bones, shells, feathers, and other parts of river creatures had aesthetic and ritual purposes, in addition to practical applications. The wet, fertile river bottoms were an important initial resource for their cultivation of food. Stone hoes and shovels attest to this. These fascinating and accomplished people did so much. We would recognize them today as a very advanced civilization, much like our own. Their most important complex of communities, their metropolitan area, thriving at the central confluence region of the great rivers, radiating outward among the many tributaries. Even here, not too far away in Forest Park, there were once 20 earthen mounds along the River des Peres. Canoes brought in resources that were not native to the central region. But in the 1200s, the Mississippians' civilization met a series of climate, resource, and undoubtedly some kind of social disasters, and their river world began to collapse. In the 1600s, warring European adversaries brought their competition to the Mississippi River. The origins and extent of the river were then unknown to them, but it was thought to be a westward route to the Pacific Ocean and the lucrative Chinese trade. Neither this path nor the gold and silver they sought were to be found, but the Mississippi and its vital Missouri River tributary proved to be a conduit through which valuable animal furs and minerals like lead could be exported to home countries.
Be right back, bud.
Just like the Mississippian people about 400 years earlier, Europeans used the river's branching network of streams, introducing flatboats and keelboats for their greater capacity than canoes. Moving deep into the North American interior, natural resources became targets for imperial and commercial conquest. St. Louis traders were at the heart of the Missouri and Mississippi River trade, including innovators like Manuel Lisa, the Missouri Fur Company, and the Rocky Mountain Fur Company. John Jacob Astor's American Fur Company came to dominate the Missouri River and Rocky Mountain trade after he partnered with the Choteau family of St. Louis. Of course, the first peoples had already been present for thousands of years. Their intimate relationship with the river and its ancestral lands was challenged and upended as new ideas, technologies, and societal pressures were introduced. For the most part, Native Americans engaged in trade on their own terms, while newcomers had to respect indigenous customs. European goods were made from durable, attractive materials and could provide comfort and convenience. Copper was cherished for its appearance and malleability, so cooking kettles like this were especially popular trade items as early as the 1500s. Easy to repair and transport, this type has been found at 18th century sites along the Missouri and Mississippi rivers. One of many types of iron products, the Missouri war axe was prized by the Osage and others along the Missouri River, which gave it its name. Good for more than chopping wood, it was a symbol of power and authority, a weapon to be admired for its elegance, displaying the blacksmith's skill in forging iron. Many other products, like glass beads, cloth, and guns, were shipped to and traded on the river system and across North America. After the Louisiana Purchase, the United States government began organizing the territory for increased settlement and ownership of land west of the Mississippi River. William Clark, of Corps of Discovery fame, remained in St. Louis after 1806, becoming the Missouri Territory Governor from 1813 to 1820, and Superintendent of Indian Affairs in St. Louis from 1822 until his death in 1838. Clark supervised the removal of tribes east of and around the Mississippi River, directing their resettlement in what is now eastern Kansas, personally overseeing the expulsion of Native Americans from 100 million acres of land. The industrial age chugged into the lower Mississippi River in 1811 with the arrival of the steamboat New Orleans. Within about 25 years, hundreds of boats landed at and departed from St. Louis every day. These boats pushed farther into the frontier. First used to supply the fur trade, they eventually brought hundreds of thousands of new immigrants into land once dotted with only tiny colonial settlements. For an entire generation, steamboats were the main way to travel in the western United States. Steam power revolutionized commerce and immigration in the West. Once an outpost, St. Louis became a thriving community, poised at the confluence of two important rivers. St. Louis and other cities along the Mississippi were home to booming populations, innovation, and entrepreneurship. The resources of the river region were exploited to serve the new culture, setting the stage for threats and challenges to the river and the communities that depended on it. Steamboat owners often operated several boats and invested in industrial production and importation of goods. Just as the economy of cities like St. Louis expanded, river commerce made some businessmen and their families very wealthy. Before the Civil War, enslaved African Americans made up a significant portion of the labor force in slave states like Missouri. Steamboats that transported tobacco, hemp, and cotton and other crops and goods to the port of New Orleans also shipped enslaved Missourians to large southern plantations. Both free and slave states benefited economically from the exploitation of enslaved and free black people. In the busiest days of steamboat transportation, cabin passage was a luxury few could afford. Upper deck cabins provided private sleeping quarters and wash basins, and passengers were served meals in a dining hall and saloon lounge area decorated with elaborate chandeliers, wallpaper, and carpeting. Cabins and lounges were furnished with the comforts of first-class hotels, including carved furniture and striking architecture. Meanwhile, most people booked cheaper tickets next to the loud engines. They traveled among livestock and bulk dry goods, and they were first in the water if the boat sank. They were subject to infectious diseases like cholera and yellow fever, spread easily among the passengers and transmitted into new communities where they landed. Lacking a sewer system, the booming St. Louis population of 75,000 was hardest hit in 1849 when more than 4,500 people died of cholera. Many types of steamboats were used on the Mississippi and its tributaries, but most of them were packet boats. Packet boats transported packets or packages of cargo such as mail, bales of cotton, barrels of salt pork, or crates of manufactured goods, and they took on passengers when there was room. Now, this remarkable survivor is the Golden Eagle pilot house as it was in about 1930. This amazing artifact is one of the largest in the MHS collections, certainly the largest in this exhibit, and was the uppermost deck of the last wood-hulled packet boat on the Mississippi River. When the steamer William Garrig was built in 1904 by the famous Howard Boat Company of Jeffersonville, Indiana, packet boats had given way to rail transportation. But the boat, originally designed for the lower Mississippi cotton trade, remained a successful icon of the steamboat era for 43 years. It continued as a packet after it was bought in 1918 by the Eagle Packet Company, which had to rebuild after its entire fleet was crushed by ice. The 175 by 35-foot boat was refurbished in Carondelet Marine in St. Louis and was rechristened Golden Eagle. It operated on the Mississippi and Illinois rivers until 1935, when it was converted to overnight passenger excursions from St. Paul to the Tennessee River. Sold in 1946, the Golden Eagle was refurbished again, but sank at Grand Tower during its maiden run in 1947. Pilot houses were the control center for movement of the steamboat on the river. The pilot's ability to read the river was essential to safe passage. The pilot communicated with the engine room, steered the boat, and set its speed. Crew members were directed from the pilot house to secure the boat in port and to cast away for travel. The pilot wheel was used to operate two tillers in the aft or back of the boat. The long boat was steered while keeping the tall jack staff at the fore or front of the boat, targeting the intended direction. Brake pedals helped to slow or stop a turning wheel. The tiller handles in this pilot house were added later to replace the wheel's function. A rope pulled the stopping and starting bell on the main deck to ring in the engine room. Depending on the bell sequence, the engineer was signaled to throttle, stop, or open up the engines. A backing gong was sounded in the engine room to reverse engines. A speaking tube could be used to communicate with the engineer, but the distance and roar of the engines sometimes made this difficult. The deck bell, used to signal landing and departure, was pulled by a rope leading to the fore of the boat. Other ropes from the pilot house operated a searchlight. Whistles were blown by using pedals on the floor. Their duration and sequence alerted vessels to the boat's position or the pilot's intentions to move, and they alerted crew members to emergencies. Extensively conserved and restored, this pilot house is a very rare and important icon of the steamboat era and America's industrial age. Our communities thrive here at the Mississippi's confluence with its formidable, beautiful tributary, the Missouri. But we must be good stewards of river health for civilization to survive. Thank you for joining me on this tour in appreciation of one of the world's greatest river systems. Explore more about the communities this magnificent river has built at the Missouri History Museum in St. Louis's Forest Park. Dive into history of our great western rivers archived at the Missouri Historical Society's Library and Research Center at 225 South Skinker Boulevard on the west side of the park. And find more interviews and programs about the mighty Mississippi online at mohistory.org. The exhibit remains open at the Missouri History Museum through June 6, 2021. Admission is free, but advance registration is required. Bank of America is the presenting sponsor with additional support provided by JSM Charitable Trust.
Cool. I learned some stuff, even though my brain was kind of divided. Any quick reactions before we get our screenshot together? If folks can take them, so put their videos on so we can get a screenshot. For those of you that came in during the video, welcome. We're so glad you're here. You are part of the inaugural group of the hybrid, the virtual component of this meeting. So we definitely wanted to get a screenshot just to thank everybody for coming. And I know folks were going to come back on at 6:05.
Yeah, and remember to remove the spotlight. I can do that. There we go. I removed the spotlight so you could see all of us.
Okay, cool.
So Carly asked, is the exhibit closed? That we just heard about. Does anybody?
Yeah, so this one is not there any longer. So we kind of got a view of something that folks can't see anymore, which was pretty cool. Awesome. Carly and Sarah, are you with us? Not yet.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh,
Yes.
cool. Are you all comfortable taking yourselves off or putting your videos on so we can take a quick group photo to accompany the group photo of the 300 and some people that are at the History Museum that we will see in a moment? Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to go for this here. Screen. Okay. I'm going to try one more time because that turned out a little funky. Are you ready? Oh my gosh. I don't think that took. Oh, yes, it did, because it was good. I was like, it was actually good. How did that happen? Okay, let me see if I got it. Okay.
All right.
Well, actually, no, that was the one where we all looked funky. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time.
Oh, Sarah.
Thank
There
you,
you
Sarah. Okay, 1, 2. Oh. All right. I think I got it. We'll see what I got.
Everybody has to hold really still, right?
Leslie, I got one too. So if you need one, I can send you one.
Excellent. Oh, and we just had Renee just came on. That's funny.
She saw the time. She's like, I'm
on
wait.
an iPad and it's easy to take a screenshot on an iPad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Renee might have just gotten booted. She tried to come on. Anyway, in just a couple of minutes, the Josh at the History Museum who's in the sound booth. He's going to open up the live stream because people should be they're trying to herd cats into the auditorium now. So our conversation might get cut off. Just know that if you need a break, take a break until like 6:20. But if you want to stay on and offer feedback about the video or thoughts you had when you were watching it, or remember the flood of 93, I remember it.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say goodbye and transition and get home, and I'll see you on the other side, as they
Sounds
say.
good. Sounds good.
All
And
right,
Renee,
see you.
I'll see you in a little bit. Renee, welcome. We just shared a video of a former exhibit at the Missouri History Museum about the mighty Mississippi. And right now we are getting ready just for a short little break, unless folks want to chat. So feel free to do what you're comfortable with.
I have to go. I have a club, unfortunately.
Oh, bummer.
But the club is made by my sweet mate, and she said I must go. So I must.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for being here. And I'm sorry you're not going to see the winners announced.
Don't worry, I know who the winners are.
Oh, that's right. You know.
All right. Hope you guys have a great time. Thanks for letting me be part of this. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks, all. Welcome, Dawn. I'm going to share with you the schedule just so that you can see where we're at. And feel free during the ceremony to use the chat all night long. That's fine. There is the schedule for those who just joined, Renee and Dawn, it looks like. Feel free, especially as you're watching this, if you want to share about the Green Schools Quest projects at your schools that you're representing tonight, that would be awesome. And then if you don't stay till the very, very end, I do ask, I would love some feedback since this is our first virtual component to this event. If you have any suggestions, things that you liked, things that you would change, should we just have, should we bring folks on only 10 minutes before the ceremony because this is too long of a Zoom for people, anything, critical feedback is helpful feedback. So don't feel like you just have to sugarcoat it. But yeah, feel free to take a quick break or if you have any thoughts. Josh, if you're there and can hear me, just so you know.
Keep on coming. Keep on coming.
You don't see the stage just yet.
We still have 2 full rows up front that are fully available. Come on in. Come on in. Make sure there are no empty seats around you. No empty seats. This is a completely full flight tonight. It's a Southwest open seating policy. Come on in. Plenty of space on this side.
13 steps there.
Still some space up top. All right, for those of you still standing, you can go ahead and find your seats. All right, here's an old teacher's trick. If you can hear my voice, clap once. If you can hear my voice, clap twice. Yes, I was a former teacher. I know those tricks. All right, let's give ourselves a round of applause. Welcome to the 18th annual Green Schools event. If you have an open seat next to you, raise your hand so that folks can find a seat together with their families as they come in. Keep those hands up for just a minute more. Wave them around. Let's get some wiggles out. There you go. Yep, if you are just coming in, open seats are with people with their hands up. We're going to give it one more minute. All right, last trick. If you can hear my voice, clap once. All right, AV team, you can cut the music. All right, welcome. Welcome to the 18th annual Green Schools event. My name is Deborah Rogers Curtis, and I am the Green Schools coordinator for the Show Me Green Schools suite of programs, which in my mind are the best programs in the world. Thank you. That's right. Tonight, we are here to celebrate the incredible efforts made by schools across Missouri and Southern Illinois to make their school campus and community more sustainable. Let's take a brief moment to thank our participants and our sponsors. There are many of you in the room tonight. Most importantly, we have two groups that must be recognized first, our students and our educators. If you are a student or a staff member of a school, please stand for a round of applause. Beautiful, thank you. All right, our students and educators are the people who tirelessly take on these extra initiatives to make their schools healthier for both people and planet. They are environmental heroes who willingly add sustainability initiatives to their daily schedules. Thank you so much for joining us this year. We must also say thank you to two groups of adults who have been our students and educators' support systems throughout the year, our families and mentors. If you are a family member, a supportive friend, or a Green Schools mentor, please stand for a round of applause. Thank you. I saw a lot of high-fiving and some muscles. Wow, mentors. Mentors and volunteers of our community are people who have expertise in sustainability practices, and they give their time to their schools to provide resources to make sure their school completes their projects. Our mentors and families make our projects stronger and more impactful. Our final two groups here tonight that we must recognize are our partner network and our sponsors. Members of our partner network include organizations across our region that support our programs behind the scenes with resources, speakers, thought partnership, and promotion. Our partner network serves as a constant source of expertise, and they make sure we never feel alone in the sustainability work. Our sponsors are also vital to our programs. Please help me welcome to the stage the Missouri Gateway Green Building Council Board Chair and Architect at Cordigan Clark, Ms. Julie Villa, who will help us thank our sponsors. Julie?
Show Me Green Schools is a special program that would not be possible without sponsorship. Sponsorship is so much more than a financial commitment. It's a partnership of support and friendship and a commitment to our common goals. Tonight, we have many people to thank for their continued commitment to the Show Me Green Schools programs. First, we must recognize and thank our host for the evening, the Missouri History Museum. This event space is not only beautiful, but it is also sustainable. The Missouri History Museum is LEED certified at the silver level, and they take on daily sustainable practices, such as composting, recycling and waste diversion, lighting and energy audits and upgrades, and green cleaning and product policies. Thank you to the Missouri History Museum for not only hosting us this evening, but also providing an example of sustainable business practices every day. Give them a round of applause. Tonight, we also want to thank our event sponsor, BJC Healthcare, as well as our event sponsor promoters, BRS Architects, Total Organics Recycling, and St. Louis Composting. Event sponsors not only make this special night possible, but also make it more fun with our delicious appetizers. We have an incredible number of sponsors for our Show Me Green Schools suite of programs. The Green Schools champions, our highest level of program sponsorship, include ESCO Technologies, Block, Innovative Technology Education Fund, Ameren Missouri, and Missouri Botanical Garden. Our program's Green Schools supporter level sponsors include Cordigan Clark and St. Louis County Public Health, and our program's Green Schools promoter includes Amoresco. Finally, we would like to recognize the additional support that is provided by the American Water Charitable Foundation, the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, the St. Louis Jefferson Solid Waste Management District, and the Missouri Department of Natural Resources. Please give a final round of applause to our sponsors.
Thank you, sponsors, and thank you, Julie. The Show Me Green Schools suite of programs is co-run by two organizations, the Missouri Environmental Education Association and the Missouri Gateway Green Building Council. Under the Show Me Green Schools umbrella, we have three amazing programs, the Green Schools Quest, Missouri Green Schools, and the National Green Ribbon Award. Tonight's recognitions will start with the National Green Ribbon Award. Please welcome to the stage Chris Ruth, board member of the Missouri Gateway Green Building Council and Mid-Missouri Controls Manager for Integrated Facility Services. Chris?
I tripped over the thing. You told me not to trip over it, and I tripped over it. Since 2012, the U.S. Department of Education has sponsored the Green Ribbon Schools Award, a national recognition of schools in every state that take on major sustainability initiatives across three pillars: environmental impact, health and wellness, and eco-literacy. Show Me Green Schools partners with the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education in order to nominate Missouri schools for this prestigious honor. This year, we have three nominees that we are excited to recognize. Please join me in applauding our first school, John Thomas School of Discovery in Nixa, Missouri. JTSD is a public K-6 STEM accredited laboratory school in Nixa, Missouri. JTSD's mission is preparing STEMazing critical thinkers for life. They focus on teaching and learning through the lens of science and integrating core subjects into real-world, hands-on units. Their STEAM focus allows them to invest in learning opportunities like environmental impact, health and wellness, and environmental literacy. Over the past year, JTSD students have learned about traditional and future farming techniques through their outdoor garden and 10 tower gardens inside their greenhouse for hydroponic growing. They have significantly cut down on water usage through their innovative gardening techniques and are still in the process of reducing their water usage. Students not only grow, but also eat the fresh produce through their school garden to cafeteria initiative. JTSD students have also taken on sustainability integration into the curriculum. Upper grades research and study different ways local organizations use science to protect the Earth's resources. They partner with these organizations to create public service projects to educate students and community members about the importance of protecting our Earth's resources. Students also research human impact and how scientific principles can be used to design a method for monitoring and minimizing their impact. They analyze their water usage, electrical usage, and food waste. They created a cafeteria composting initiative where students collected food scraps once a week for their on-campus chickens and compost tumblers. This cycle of sustainability opens the avenue for hands-on learning and personalized learning. Younger grades use scientific literacy to support the learning of Missouri native plants and organisms that help their outdoor garden. The intentionality of protecting and creating a space for native organisms on their campus has opened the door to the idea of wildlife conservation. At JTSD, science is a process, a mindset, and a lifestyle, and they are creating STEMazing critical thinkers for life. Let's give them a round of applause. Next, we are thrilled to recognize the outstanding achievements of Forsyth School. Forsyth School is an independent school just down the road from us tonight. Forsyth's campus consists of 6 historic homes acquired one by one throughout the school's more than 60-year history. Each has been repurposed to accommodate classrooms for students ages 2 through grade 6, administrative offices, a library, science labs, and lunchrooms. The adjoining backyards of the 6 homes creates a large inter-campus courtyard with playgrounds, green spaces, garden beds, and athletic areas. Students spend much of their day outdoors and navigate the campus for specialized classes located throughout the campus. Over the years, environmental efficiencies and upgrades have been made, including more energy-efficient windows, LED lighting, sensors on those lights, water-conserving faucets. A formal health office, counselor's office, and learning specialized spaces have gradually been incorporated to prioritize health and wellness. Go Green Forsyth, consisting of teachers, administrators, and facility team members, has been in place since 2010 and has worked to create a culture of sustainability in their school. A new Forsyth Family Organization Green Team, consisting of parents, caregivers, and volunteers, was created for the 2024-25 school year. All faculty and staff participated in sustainability professional development and worked together with the Missouri Botanical Gardens Earthway Center staff to develop sustainability-focused mission and principles. Their sustainability mission now reads, "At Forsyth, we believe sustainability is building a knowledgeable, caring, and environmentally responsible campus community. Education for sustainability is at the core of our learning environment, fostering leadership and actions as we work towards a healthier, more sustainable future for all. We accomplish this by embedding sustainability principles within our curriculum, cultivating a culture of hope and mindfulness, reciprocity and reflection, and promoting positive change across our campus while reducing Forsyth's impact on the environment through sustainability initiatives, programs, and practices." Forsyth School is a model of benchmarking their impact on the environment, and they utilize the START benchmarking tool through the Green Schools Alliance, the Compost Waste Division Management Program through Total Organics Recycling, Print Leaf Reports, Enlighten In-Phase for solar, Ameren Missouri's electricity usage, Missouri American Water's usage as well. They have demonstrated reduction in water waste and energy through an incredible number of programs, And they even mentor other schools in the Missouri Green Schools suite of programs, who are all working on their sustainability initiatives. Congratulations to Forsyth School for their amazing achievements in sustainability. And our third and final National Green Ribbon Award nominee of this evening is Bridgeway Elementary School in the Pattonville District. As the second most diverse elementary school in the state and the most diverse elementary school in the St. Louis region, Bridgeway's vision is to instill a strong sense of community and belonging. Bridgeway utilizes its sustainability programs to ensure that all students not only feel welcome, but also feel vital to achieving this school's mission. Bridgeway's outdoor learning space includes ample opportunity for sustainability practices, as well as healthy practices for their students. Students are able to access 12 garden beds, a sensory pathway, a little free library, and reading benches. The garden bed's built-in irrigation system supports water reduction and monitoring, and the food produced in the beds are shared with their community at no charge. The Take What You Need produce stand has weekly harvests, even in the summer. Stormwater runoff has been controlled with a retention pond, which prevents erosion and encourages their native plant habitats to flourish. The outdoor play area was enhanced further by repurposing and manipulating used tires, providing a seating sensory area for students. The outdoor learning area is not only a vital part of the Bridgeway school day, this area has inspired field trips to other outdoor areas for research and inspiration, an after-school club, and several family events engage families outside of the school hours, and a 5th grade outdoor camping program. Bridgeway has taken several other sustainability initiatives, including waste reduction practices like composting, recycling, waste diversion, energy reduction, and greenhouse gas emission reduction. Solar panels on the roof and a new boiler in the basement, new LED lights in the ceiling, and a no idling policy in the pickup line each improve their environmental impact. Bridgeway's sustainability efforts help teach students life lessons in how to care for one another, themselves, the environment, and most importantly, help teach an understanding of how everything is connected. Congratulations to Bridgeway Elementary for your excellent school sustainability initiatives. Congratulations to John Thomas School of Discovery, Forsyth School, and Bridgeway Elementary for your leadership in school sustainability. Now help me welcome Senior Manager of Sustainability Initiatives at the Missouri Botanical Garden, Kat Golden, to the stage.
Thanks, Chris. The National Green Ribbon Award can take years to achieve and requires schools to take on a number of specialty challenges. In order to help schools prepare for national recognition, we created a holistic school sustainability program called Missouri Green Schools. We have 45 schools currently enrolled in Missouri Green Schools, and each school has taken on a different aspect of school sustainability. Schools move through different levels of achievement each year, documenting their progress and showing the impact of their sustainability initiatives. Help us welcome the following schools for starting their Missouri Green Schools journey and enrolling in Missouri Green Schools: the Academy of Innovative Learners, Andrews Academy, Brentwood Middle and High School, Disney Elementary, Dressel Elementary, Fern Ridge High School, Hannah Woods Elementary, Iveland Elementary, Kelly A. Burleson, Ladue Horton Watkins High School, Long International Middle School, Knifer Middle School, Northeast Middle School, Pattonville High School, Peapod Brentwood LLC, Pembroke High School, Robinson Elementary, Rockwood South Middle School, Rockhurst High School, Rio Goku Soccer Academy, Shirley Green Preschool, and St. Louis Language Immersion School. Each of these schools have recently committed to making their school a greener place. Let's give them a warm welcome to the Show Me Green Schools family. Next, we have two schools who have obtained Seed Level 1, Parkway North High School and the Summit Prep School. Seed level schools have moved beyond their initial enrollment in the program and have a commitment from their administration to support their school sustainability initiatives. They have assessed their school's current status across the 3 pillars of school sustainability, identifying specific areas in need of improvement and setting SMART goals to achieve results. Congratulations to Parkway North High School and the Summit Prep School for taking these important steps. Our Sprout Level 2 schools include Central High School, City Garden Montessori, Holland Elementary, Marvin Elementary, Normandy Early Learning Center, Northeast Middle School, and Oakville Elementary. Sprout schools move beyond the baseline assessment and dive deep into the START tool, the Sustainability Tracking, Analytics, and Roadmap tool. Schools have to rate their progress across 52 metrics that address organizational culture, academic programming, and the physical spaces of both building and grounds. Sprout schools also form a green team with a number of stakeholders, including students, staff, families, administrators, district facilities managers, and community partners. This green team takes on goals and initiatives and ensures projects have real results. At this level, schools also begin tracking their energy, water, or waste data. Congratulations to our Sprout level schools. Our seedling level 3 schools include Bridgeway Elementary, Brittany Woods Middle School, Central Primary School, Chaminade College Prep, Crestwood Elementary, Herculaneum High School, Hickson Middle School, Patrick Henry Downtown Academy, Principia School, St. Francis of Assisi School, St. Teresa's Academy, and Villa de Maria Montessori School. Seedling schools take their green efforts even further by measuring consumption of water, waste, and energy, and setting goals for reducing their environmental impact in each area. They also have to use the START tool to achieve a level 2 on an educational metric, meaning they must incorporate sustainability education into their academic programming. Congratulations to our seedling level schools. Flants Early Learning Center and Narings Hall High School are our sapling level 4 schools this year. Sapling schools must demonstrate reduction in energy and water usage and diversion from the landfill with waste reduction. They must show this reduction over at least 1 year, though our sapling schools have shown reduction over several years. Sapling schools must also achieve level 2 for 2 more educational programming metrics and 5 organizational culture metrics. As you can see, this is a challenging level to achieve, so let's give them a round of applause. Finally, our highest level of statewide recognition is the Flowering Dogwood Level 5. Forsyth School is our only Flowering Dogwood this year, and as you heard from their Green Ribbon nomination, they have achieved immense amount of sustainability across success throughout their academic programming, their organizational culture, and their physical building. In addition to all of the metrics they must meet from a reporting perspective, Flowering Dogwood schools also have to mentor other schools in the program, and we are happy to report that Forsyth School has taken that role on in many forms. We congratulate them on their immense achievements this year. All right, students, have you ever participated in a We Wish You Well exercise? I think it's time that we wish well to our Green Ribbon schools and our Missouri Green schools. So if you're a student or a kiddo of any kind, adult or otherwise, you can stand up very briefly. And then I want you to think something very positive like congratulations or wow or yay, you did it. And hold it in your head like this. Put your hand up. Yep, hold it in your head. And then I want you to go like this. Okay, perfect. Now we have to do it somewhere specific because you just wished the screen well. That doesn't work. So if you're one of our Missouri Green schools, give a wave and everybody look around. Okay, so we can aim there. And if you're our Green Ribbon schools, give a wave. Okay, John Thomas School is way up there, Forsyth is here, and we also have Bridgeway here. So now try again. Keep standing. Think your positive thought. And this time, I really want you to put some feeling into it and aim. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That was good. One more round of applause. All right. Our final program to recognize tonight is the Green Schools Quest. While the National Green Ribbon Award and Missouri Green Schools take years to achieve, the Green Schools Quest functions on a much shorter timeline. Schools form a group of students who tackle a specific sustainability project just over the course of 6 months. The students lead the way with the help of a teacher or staff member and a green mentor. Their projects are intended to be low or no cost and to be fully student-led, because we know kids are the best. This year's theme was biodiversity and wellness, and schools explored the connection between these two concepts. Wellness was taken to a whole new level of interpretation as schools took on projects about human, physical, and mental health, community well-being, and social justice. Pardon me. With 80 schools participating across Missouri and Southern Illinois, the Green Schools Quest made its largest impact since the program began in 2013. 23,120 students were impacted by these projects, along with 3,127 staff members. The community impact was measured was the immediate impact, but we know that these projects have impacts that will last for years to come, and that impact will only grow. Now, let's take a moment to hear directly from the students who participated in this year's Green Schools Quest. Students, you might recognize some of these faces.
So, what do you think of Green Schools Quest? So what I think of it is I think it's supposed to be fun, but at first we have to do work because it's where we could do fun stuff, but we have to be smart at first, and then we go play.
So to me, sustainability is a way for us to protect the environment for ourselves, but also for the future generations.
To me, sustainability is just a whole system of how to right what has been wrong, essentially, all the damage that has been done and fixing it and preventing it in the future. It's a all hands on deck effort, and it's progressing slowly but surely.
We had these little coffee pods and coffee grounds, and these are great for compost and stuff. So we wanted to put it in our gardens to help them grow instead of just throwing away and letting it go to the landfill.
Hello. My name's August Schmidt. I'm in Miss Jean Turney's classroom. So this year for the Green School Quest, we're trying to lower people's carbon footprint by biking or walking to school.
One way we've been encouraging biodiversity this year is by planting natives outside on our campus earlier in January. We also planted vegetable seeds in an indoor planter box, which we hope to transfer outside once our outdoor garden space is ready.
We have designed and got a grant to build an outdoor classroom space to help students focus.
We also are building a buddy bench out of recycled caps that will help reduce the waste in our environment, and we also have a composter that will help reduce the waste, like the land waste, and help add nutrient-rich soil to the earth.
These are just some of the ways we incorporated biodiversity and wellness into our school.
We're in Sorrento Elementary School, and we made upcycling, and we're in 2nd grade, Miss Beij's class. And me and Anna and I made upcycling, and I made this out of milk, a milk can, and I made a monster, and you can put things inside it. And I made this out of an egg carton also, and if you look through these little holes, it looks like it's like VR, and this is little cat, 2 flowers, and a little person right there. Anna? I made a pencil case. You can store pencils, crayons, markers in here, and then you can close it up over here.
I've learned about new job opportunities in engineering and energy efficiency.
It provides like a real life experience for students to learn about.
Not only were we were growing the community, but we were also growing as friends.
The most fun part is learning about how we can make our energy more efficient for the future students.
I think it was really fun to like go against other people, but to also like get to spend time with like people in your classes or like other classes too, and just get to like work on something. And it wasn't just some like random schoolwork project that we had to do to work on. I think it was like really fun to like think of what you could do, and it was a good learning experience because we had to like think of budgeting and like how we could help them.
What is your favorite thing we did during our project?
Do a protest.
What do you like best about the earth?
Cleaning up trash and helping it so the animals won't die.
The most interesting portion of this project up to this date for me would have to be seeing how much like this project can impact the school and like benefit people, because like the project will help save money and therefore like that money will go to benefit the school and other things.
Did you want to be a part of this year's project? Because we wanted to teach the other kids in our school about sustainability. What does sustainability mean to you? We take care of the earth and we responsibly use our natural resources. What advice would you give students that are just starting their sustainability journey? Start with something that is important to you, like recycling or planting a garden, and then keep doing good things for the earth. Hey, teachers! Bring your classes outside to the garden! We created a lesson plan for you.
What's your favorite thing, Ruby?
I like that in Green Club we can like actually help the earth, and like it feels good to be helping the earth, to kind of feel like, oh, this is something new that hasn't done, and then it's like really special to do. The favorite part about Green Club is when we go outside and we help people clean up trash.
Well, the Green Schools Quest is, to put it frankly, the cat's pajamas. And if you're not doing it, you are missing out on some great savings through lights, new career opportunities you find, and immense amounts of joy.
If you were a student in that performance, can you stand up and give us a bow? Wow. Excellent. Well done. Well done. I love hearing thoughts from students, unfiltered and just outrageously entertaining. Now, as much fun as this program is, it is also a competition. Each school submits their final project to a panel of judges who score and determine the winners across several categories. Excuse me. This year's judges panel was diverse in geographic location as well as expertise and experience. Thank you to the following judges for carefully reviewing all 80 projects and thoughtfully selecting our winners tonight. Jolie Whitley, Matthew Dalthorpe, Amanda McAllister, Emily Stewart, Jill Magruder, Twyla Neely Strite, Michaela Jones, Courtney Kidd, Brian Kushner, Beth Gutzler, Cerise Bridges, Abigail is sitting right here and I'm not saying your name. Siravag, we practiced that. Froggy Van Riper, Nova Clark, Aaron Graves, and Kat Golden. Let's give our judges a round of applause. And before we announce our winners, let's take a look at the amazing projects that have been submitted this year.
Throughout the 2024-2025 school year, 80 schools across Missouri and Southern Illinois took on a sustainability project to compete in the Green Schools Quest. This year's theme was biodiversity and wellness, and schools took on projects that explored the connection between human health and the biodiversity of the world around us. Let's take a look at some of the schools who focused on supporting the biodiversity of their schools' ecosystems on campus. First grade students at Conway Elementary learned about the nature around their campus and then created a nature scavenger hunt for the entire school to enjoy. Esther Elementary students installed a bird feeder, observing bird species and learning about the local ecosystem and how to support it. 4th and 5th grade gifted students at Northland Innovation Center constructed bat houses to protect the bat population and distributed bat awareness kits to the community to highlight bats' benefits and clear up misconceptions. The Beezers, a 5th grade student-led group at Oak Brook Elementary, developed a dedicated place on campus for pollinators and installed signs to ensure the area was not mowed. First graders at Reed Elementary launched a water protection campaign, picking up litter and creating educational stickers, murals, signs, and a school news video to raise awareness. Raintree preschoolers, inspired by We Are Water Protectors and Dakota Access Pipeline protests, held their own protest and launched the Raintree Creek Cleanup to educate their school on water pollution. W.W. Kaiser Elementary students reimagined their sanctuary habitat on campus for both pollinators and students. They analyzed their current biodiversity needs and established plans for a pollinator paradise and a reflection space for students. Emmanuel Lutheran students boosted environmental awareness with iNaturalist walks, outdoor learning space renovations, and service projects, including their upcoming Shine Day on April 25th. Truman Middle School and Crestwood Elementary students teamed up for a rewilding project, promoting native plants, making seed balls, and hosting a homegrown national park event to educate families. Several schools enhanced outdoor learning areas to explore natural environments, fostering biodiversity while positively impacting academic performance and mental health. Flant's Early Learning Center preschoolers built a new garden space with native plants, a sensory pathway, planter beds, and birdhouses, including wooden slabs decorated by their students along the pathway. A determined group of 5th grade students at Henry Elementary created a plan to encourage outdoor learning, researching its benefits and presenting their findings to staff, leaving a lasting impact. 4th and 5th grade gifted students at Northland Innovation Center created both an indoor and outdoor sensory and meditation space to support gifted learners' needs, providing a calm space during recess and outdoor learning. Spady Elementary students enhanced an outdoor area with bird feeders, a pollinator garden, and benches, supporting Missouri's bird population and creating a peaceful spot for relaxation and nature observation. The Planet Protectors at Ladue Middle built an outdoor classroom and garden to engage students with nature, enhancing both their education and well-being through design and hands-on development. Reducing waste lies at the heart of sustainability. Many schools launched recycling projects, while others fostered worm habitats through composting initiatives to divert waste from landfills. Crystal City students hosted a bottle cap challenge between grade levels to create a logo and benches, as well as collecting plastic bags to recycle into a bench as well. 3rd through 5th grade student council members at Hannah Woods Elementary worked to improve the sorting of their recycling. This spring, they will host short comedic skits to help educate their peers on proper recycling. Idea Center students reduced their carbon footprint by composting and vermicomposting, creating posters to educate peers, and taking leadership roles in managing their composting projects. The Eco Club at the John Thomas School of Discovery focused on creating composting systems, tracking waste, and preparing garden beds for spring, as well as developing signage to reduce electrical waste. Sorrento Springs students organized a campus cleanup, created posters promoting cleaner habits, and upcycled materials like t-shirts, styrofoam, plastics, and cardboard into new usable items. Carmen Trails Elementary students launched a Coffee Grounds recycling initiative, saving over 3,000 K-cups worth of used grounds from landfills, with the project now extending to surrounding communities. Pershing Elementary students led a change to the cafeteria's food to make it tastier, more nutritious, and less wasteful. Jennings High School students collected waste, greens and browns, to create compost for their gardening club to grow their spring crops. Nearings Hall students launched a 3-part project to combat fast fashion, creating a website to trade formal wear, hosting educational meetings, and demonstrating ways to recycle or reuse fashion items. STEAM Academy students started a recycling program, creating a volunteer-run collection system and educating the school on recycling practices, already diverting 1,600 pounds from the landfill. St. Joseph's Academy students improved their outdoor space and partnered with Passback to provide sports equipment access for all students while promoting sustainability. Many schools focused on sustainability through garden projects to maintain diverse, healthy ecosystems. While many used traditional food gardens, others tackled indoor tower gardens, providing sustainable food for students, staff, and even class pets. The nonprofit St. Louis Green Machine provides aeroponic gardens to schools across St. Louis. This year, 8 schools participated, growing food and sharing it with the community through 55 garden towers. The Biome School connects science, social justice, and conservation through monthly themes, partnering with local organizations and integrating sustainability into the curriculum to empower students as changemakers in their communities. City Garden Grade School wanted to put the garden into City Garden, so they added 2 garden beds and instituted a school-wide composting program. MICDS lower school students led composting, garden-to-table initiatives, native seed planting, and cleanup projects. They also created posters, presentations, and books to share their environmental knowledge. 7th and 8th graders at Northeast Middle designed a sensory garden to support emotional wellness, conducting surveys, researching wellness, and planning the use of the outdoor space for the school community. Students at Academy of the Sacred Heart created a sustainable food garden by surveying the campus and creating a digital design that incorporates composting, rain barrels, and native biodiversity. MRH 8th graders moved their beehives to a new campus location for long-term sustainability while educating the community about bee care and their vital role in the ecosystem. Central High students addressed drainage issues by creating a rain garden with 600 native plants, incorporating a meditation space that complements existing food gardens. Principia Upper School students revitalized a fallow campus area, researching and collaborating with the community to redesign the space to benefit both people and the planet. Claymont Elementary students enhanced plant life in classrooms, added greenery to the library atrium, nurtured an indoor tower garden, and grew food in outdoor garden beds. Shenandoah Valley students set up aquaponics and hydroponic systems, including a fish tank and rise garden, and celebrated Earth Day with STEM Week. St. Clair second graders compared plant growth and hydroponics versus soil, learning about water usage, conservation, and sustainability through a hands-on experiment. This year's theme inspired research on biodiversity and wellness, with schools incorporating sustainability into academic programs, making it a key pillar of their curriculum and sustainability efforts. Northland Innovation Center's 4th and 5th grade students created recycled sculptures to raise awareness about Kansas City's biodiversity, including pollinators and the great blue heron. The PCS Green Club at Premier Charter School, composed of 26 early childhood students, works to make their school and community greener by tackling litter, energy use, recycling, and planting trees. Tillman students formed a student-led sustainability team, researching native Missouri seeds, learning stratification, and conducting a BioBlitz to track biodiversity for future years. Old Bonham first graders created a sensory garden, and this year's students designed lesson plans integrating biodiversity and wellness for all grade levels to use in the garden. Principia second graders researched monarchs' absence in their campus gardens and shared their findings with the school and community through presentations and a published article. Brittany Woods hosted a screening of Farming While Black, raising awareness of Black farmers, supporting land ownership, and encouraging sustainable purchases from Black farmers. Principia Middle School students added a sustainability class to their curriculum, allowing students to reset, reconnect with nature, and address campus needs through outdoor activities. While some schools stayed outside for their projects, other schools looked internally at the built environment of their campus or their modes of transportation. Margaret Burkle middle schoolers improved energy efficiency by upgrading lighting controls and exploring solar panel expansion, discovering that they could save $13,000 per year on energy bills. City Garden Montessori partnered with BikeWorks to promote sustainable transportation by assessing trends, overcoming obstacles, creating a school map, and starting a bike repair team to maintain bikes. Engineering students at Althoff Catholic High School researched energy-efficient lighting, presenting proposals to reduce energy usage and redirect savings to fund additional school projects like new lighting. Each school in this year's Green Schools Quest took on a special piece of school sustainability, making a huge impact on cost savings, the health of their community, and the longevity of our planet. Congratulations to each of our participants. We are so proud of you.
Wow. All right, so there's a real study out there that says that if you take a pose of a superhero, you will actually gain confidence and your endorphins level will shoot through the sky. So I'd like anybody who would like to participate to stand and stand like a superhero for a moment. Just feel the power of your projects and what you did. Yes. Okay, lots of flying. Yes. What about some strong, do we have Hulks in the audience tonight? Okay, that's a Spider-Man. Oh, that's good. You guys look good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Now, the time you've been waiting for, I would like to pass the microphone to the board chair-elect of Missouri Gateway Green Building Council, senior sustainability leader at Edward Jones, an elementary Green Schools Quest mentor, and a secondary Green Schools Quest judge, Abigail. Come on down.
All right. We had two categories of elementary winners, rookie and veteran. Our rookie winner is the Idea Center in the Lindbergh School District. The Idea Center took on composting and vermicomposting, spending their project time playing with worms who make the earth a healthier place. Their goal was to reduce their carbon footprint by addressing food waste in their cafeteria. The judges were impressed with how the worm farm not only impacted the school's practices, but it also influenced how families deal with food waste at home. The project was also heavily steeped in data analysis, and their final presentation made their results clear and exciting. Congratulations to the third graders at the Idea Center. Our next winner is the Elementary Veteran of the Year, and that school is Carmen Trails Elementary in the Parkway School District. Students at Carmen Trails took on a coffee recycling project where they asked families to bring in their coffee grounds and used K-cups to be turned into compost and nutrients for their school's garden soil. Judges were thrilled to see that their project took their learning about compost outside of the school walls and into the larger community of families and neighbors, and showed that a potentially wasteful product can easily and freely be recycled for the benefit of the campus biodiversity. Judges were also very excited to see the student leadership throughout each phase of the project, from planning to implementation to data analysis. Congratulations, Carmen Trails Elementary. Now, please help me welcome to the stage Green Schools Committee member and Building Performance Analyst at IMEG Group, Laura Barber.
Congrats to all of our elementary participants. At the middle school level, we also had two categories of competitors. I'm excited to announce that our middle school rookie winner is Ladue Middle School in the Ladue School District. Ladue's environmental club, known as the Ladue Planet Protectors, took on a series of mini projects to create an outdoor classroom on their campus. In September, they recruited students to join their club, and then they spent October establishing 4 subcommittees to handle a specific area of building planter boxes and creating a composting program, writing a grant for the outdoor classroom and creating designs for the space, collecting and recycling bottle caps, and communicating via social media. Their projects each took on a unique aspect of sustainability, but all had a strong impact on the environment and the students at their school. Congratulations to Ladue Middle School. Our middle school veteran winner is Brittany Woods Middle School in the University City School District. Brittany Woods Middle School not only won their category of middle school veterans, but they also had the highest score of any school project submitted this school year, earning a perfect score from several judges this year. This unique project started with 2 free film screenings of the movie Farming While Black, a feature film based on the book of the same title that sheds light on how Black farmers dwindled to only 2% of the farming population in the United States and the plight of food apartheid that separates Black populations from fresh fruits and vegetables. Brittany Woods Middle School sponsored a public viewing of the film and then invited all schools across Missouri to attend a free field trip to their high school to see the film and participate in a live Q&A with the director of the film. Brittany Woods then took their project further and began supporting local Black farmers by purchasing their produce for their cafeterias, bringing healthier and more sustainable food options to the school while financially contributing to Black land ownership and financial success. Congratulations to Brittany Woods for this unique and impactful project. And here to announce the high school winners, please welcome Missouri Gateway Green Building Council board member, Green Schools Quest mentor, and development and marketing leader for Open Spaces STL, Charles Witt.
Good evening. Congratulations to all of our middle school winners and participants. In my eyes, you all are the cat's pajamas. Our high school rookie winner is Narnix Hall High School. Narnix took on the industry of fast fashion in a 3-pronged approach. They first researched the problems and solutions of fast fashion, then educated their classmates on creative and practical ways to address fast fashion as consumers. And finally, they created a website to trade clothing amongst the students. The judges were thrilled to see a group of students tackle such a relevant environmental issue and provide such an effective solution that also helped families save money. One judge even made the comment that they would like to start their own dress library website for their company. Congratulations to Narnix Hall for their creative, effective project. Our high school veteran winner this year is Althoff Catholic High School. Althoff's engineering students took on a major lighting audit and business proposal, complete with data analysis and a deep discussion of return on investments. Althoff students were able to take their project and turn it into several proposals for their administration that demonstrated not only how they could impact their environment by significantly reducing energy costs, but they also how they could take those savings and apply them to improvements for their school campus, such as sports lighting for their state-winning football team and indoor lighting for their classrooms. Our judges were impressed with the real-world nature of this project, that students were truly receiving career-building opportunities and saving their school a significant amount of money through energy reduction. Congratulations to Althoff Catholic High School. And now please help me welcome Missouri Gateway Green Building Council board member and mechanical engineer at Entroba, Annie Smith.
Hello. Congratulations again to all of our high school winners and participants. I have the honor of announcing this year's winners in our specialty awards categories. Please hold your applause as I announce this year's nominees in each category. This year's theme was biodiversity and wellness, and schools who went above and beyond to explore the complex relationship between our natural world and our health were nominated for the Theme of the Year award category. This year, our elementary nominees include the Biome School, Claymont Elementary, Flants Early Learning Center, Henry Elementary, Northland Innovation Center, Principia Lower School, Spady Elementary, the Idea Center, City Garden Montessori, and Old Bonham. Our secondary nominees include Maplewood Richmond Heights Middle School, Academy of the Sacred Heart, Northeast Middle School, and STEAM Academy at MSB. Let's give all of our nominees a round of applause. And the winner of the Elementary Theme of the Year Award is Northland Innovation Center of North Kansas City Schools. Northland Innovation Center took on 3 separate and distinct projects this year, each one addressing biodiversity and wellness. On Tuesdays, the students built bat houses and researched other solutions to support their local bat population. Their bat houses became the first and only certified bat houses in North Kansas City, and they were able to share their bat support kits with 4 other elementary schools in the district. On Wednesdays, students focused their efforts on creating a calm space on their campus for outdoor wellness of students, staff, and community members. On Thursdays, students created recycled sculptures that focused on biodiversity awareness. Their sculptures then became a rotating exhibit and moved around the district to all of the elementary schools in order to spread awareness of both recycling and biodiversity in their area. All 3 of these projects impressed the judges and had a clear impact on both biodiversity and human wellness. Congratulations to Northland Innovation Center. And now our secondary Theme of the Year winner is Northeast Middle School in the Parkway School District. 7th and 8th graders at Northeast Middle took on the planning and implementation of an outdoor sensory garden to improve campus biodiversity and address students' mental health. Students analyzed survey results from their peers and teachers to find out how people wanted to use an existing outdoor space. They used the wellness wheel to address physical, emotional, social, intellectual, occupational, and spiritual wellness throughout their outdoor space. Their plans included all of the senses, and they utilized local experts to fully understand how to engage the senses throughout their garden. We cannot wait to see their end-of-year survey results that they plan to send out to the students now that the sensory garden is in place. Congratulations, Northeast Middle School. Now, please join me as we recognize our Community Impact Award nominees. The Community Impact Award recognizes schools that went beyond their school campus and took on a project that deeply impacted their local, regional, or statewide community. Congratulations to the following schools for the nomination to the Community Impact Award category: the Idea Center, Tillman Elementary, Truman Middle School, Crestwood Elementary, Brittany Woods Middle School, Premier Charter School, Principia Lower School, City Garden Montessori, and Maplewood Richmond Heights Middle School. Let's give a round of applause. And the winner for the Community Impact Award is Truman Middle School and Crestwood Elementary in the Lindbergh School District. This year, the judges were so excited to see an elementary and middle school collaborate that they decided to award the Community Impact Award to both schools. As Lindbergh School District goes through exciting changes on their campuses, Truman Middle and Crestwood Elementary have embraced a community conservation action campaign called Rewilding the District. They took on significant physical projects on their school campus to plant native plants and remove invasive species. And they also co-hosted a special event called Homegrown National Park Night, where students presented their research and knowledge about biodiversity and native plants through poetry, presentations, and hands-on activities that sent families home with native seeds for their own yards. The judges loved the collaboration between two schools and the student leadership that impacted family and community practices. Congratulations to both Truman Middle School and Crestwood Elementary. For our final award of the night, please join me in applauding the nominees of the Judges' Choice Award. Throughout the judging process, each judge is able to nominate a school for having something special about their project that cannot be captured in a scoring rubric. Congratulations to the following schools for your nomination to the Judges Award: the Idea Center, Premier Charter School, Claymont Elementary, Hannah Woods Elementary, Principia Lower School, Principia Middle School, Rain Tree School, Carmen Trails Elementary, MICDS Lower School, Premier Charter School, Margaret Burkle Middle School, Althoff Catholic High School, Carr Lane Middle School, and Central High School. So let's give them a round of applause. And the Judges' Choice Award winner is Premier Charter School. Premier Charter School has a large campus with many buildings, and this year they started a green team with students very excited about sustainability across their entire campus. Students had to apply to join the club, and the response was overwhelming. The newly formed club started with a campus walk to assess their building and the grounds and determine their goals for the year. They created a website to track progress on projects, analyze their waste reduction data, support their native plant garden, and reach out to the community with incredibly professional communications. Their book is still a work in progress, but includes their version of the ABCs of sustainability and lessons learned along the way in Green Club. We cannot wait to see what's next for this Green Club. Congratulations, Premier Charter School.
I really can't explain how hard it is for the judges to make these decisions. I get to sit in on all of their calls, and they get very stressed. One of the judges said they were sweating profusely making these decisions. So one more round of applause to all the schools in the Green Schools Quest. Looking forward, it's never too early to start thinking about next year's Green Schools Quest project. Next year's theme is all about water. You have a couple of QR codes up there for registration. Feel free to go ahead and jump on in, especially if you're a potential mentor in the audience. We can't do this work without schools and mentors. Luckily, Missouri and Illinois educators, we have a local conference right here in St. Louis called the Sustainability Institute for Educators. And this year's theme just happens to also be water. So it's a 3-day professional development experience that will cover water conservation, climate resilience, and environmental justice. And it will take place at the Missouri Botanical Garden, the St. Louis Zoo, and Webster University. Take a gander at that QR code to register today, and remember that there are full scholarships available for educators. Please apply early. We are also incredibly lucky to have the Missouri Environmental Education Association Conference annually in mid-Missouri. This year's conference will take place in Jefferson City and Columbia, Missouri, and will provide special hands-on learning opportunities for educators interested in integrating the environment directly into their curriculum. Check out that QR code and stay tuned for more details. Missouri Green Schools has an open enrollment period throughout the calendar year, and schools are invited to enroll at any time. You can check out mogreenbuilding.org for a full list of our professional development sessions that we offer to our Missouri Green Schools throughout the year. Our final activity for the evening is to take a group photo of all of us here tonight on the steps of the History Museum's north exit, which is the side closest to Lindell, not the park side. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight and invite you to now exit upstairs and take a right and join us for a group photo. Thank you for attending.